This is day number 4 of my Journey Back to Power series, and today I'd like to talk about attention and how where we put our attention is what grows in our life. For instance, if we wanted to learn a new skill, like say we wanted to learn Spanish, we would actually have to go out and study Spanish, right? Put our attention, put our focus towards learning Spanish in order to grow that skill in our life. Or if we need to get the dishes done, the dishes don't get done until we focus on them, right? So there's a certain amount of required harnessing of our energy and our attention and our focus and putting it in the direction that we want to go in order to powerfully walk with intention towards what we want. So first off, it seems to be a requirement that we actually know what it is we want and where we want to go. How do I want to walk through my day? Who do I want to be today? So yesterday, when we started off the day, for me, dancing, or many of you said prayer, meditation, gratitude to the great mother, gratitude to the great father. These are things that we do because we have an intention of how we'd like to walk through our day. So there can be big, long-term intentions of where we'd like to go, and there can be smaller daily intentions of how we'd like to walk on that path. But it is important to have an intention of what energy we would like to carry with us throughout our path. Once we have that intention, then we have to learn how to focus and put our attention towards the intention and harness the energy to create what it is we'd like. So I don't know if you're anything like me, but I know that I have had quite a few bad habits in my life that have kind of come in between me and my desired destination. So there have been various things, like maybe it's watching too much TV, and rather than working on a new knit or crochet project or a new event for this business, instead I have just kind of like collapsed in front of the TV without my knit and crochet and binge watched shows, and that is not harnessing my energy and my attention and putting it towards what I want, but rather just kind of going with what is habitually easy for me. And another one that I have actually noticed over the last couple years, since I got a divorce, is the energy that I've been focused on dating, or on specifically one specific man, if I'm being completely honest. I was just so into this guy, and he was pretty avoidant, and something about my massive amount of into himness and his avoidance really just pulled me towards him all the time. And I found myself thinking about him all the time and daydreaming about him. And gosh, I only actually met up with him a few times because he lived in another state. And I spent so much energy, so much focus, and so much attention thinking about this man. And it took really bringing in a level of self-honesty and a level of self-awareness to say, hey, this is not where I want to put my energy. This is not where I want to put my focus. Right now, by putting my focus here, I am essentially draining myself of energy that could be extremely useful for creating something in my life, something that actually is working and supporting me and nourishing my life and building stability for me and my children. So, of course, because once we habitually start doing something, even start thinking about something habitually, we have 60 to 70,000 thoughts per day, right? And I believe they say 95% of them are the exact same as the thoughts the day before. So, it's between 90 to 95%. I'm 100% sure of that. And I learned that from Dr. Joe Dispenza. And so once we create these neural pathways where we're kind of doing something habitually, like we're using alcohol to de-stress at the end of the day. And so every time we are ready to de-stress, we reach for, a drink, or we are thinking about someone habitually and we're getting some form of dopamine hit every time we think about them, or we are falling down in front of the TV, and that's just what we do at the end of the day. But once we fall into these habitual patterns, we actually have to really bring a certain level of self-awareness and self-honesty to what we're doing habitually and if it is in alignment with what we actually want to create in our lives. So for me, over the past 6 months, it's been a real recognition process of like, hey, wait a second. I'm thinking so much about this guy who clearly very rarely thinks about me in return. And that's not what I want to grow in my life. I need to take back my attention and put it towards what I want to grow. So I've been putting it towards other skills that I feel are going to support me and my children in the long term. I've been learning stock market skills. I've been day trading, and here I am back with my business and making new events and bringing new ways of connection like this journey back to power here. And I'm starting to feel really nourished by where I'm putting my energy. I'm starting to feel that the places that I'm putting my energy are in alignment with the path that I want to walk and with my highest intention for myself. And that feels really good. And so that encourages me to do it more. So I would love to challenge you today to think about a few of the places that you've been putting your energy, maybe habitually, maybe unconsciously, and if they're really in alignment with what you want. And do you even know what it is that you really want out of life? Do you know what you're here to create? Do you know what the path that you would like to be walking looks like? So just a few kind of food for thought things for the day.